No. All right, now that we are live, I will go ahead and let everybody know. Hello. Yeah, they can't hear anything you're saying. They're totally missing out on all this witty repartee. I decided to go ahead and mute you guys so that we could do a semi-professional intro, but no, when I said we're live, you guys just kept on going. I did it last time. All right, but welcome to the Alchemy. I kept everyone muted until after I did the intro. All right, in any event, welcome to the Alchemy Bench, everyone. As you can see, joining us today, we have Tom and Jonathan.
Hello there.
And Judy.
Am I muted still or
no,
not?
No, you're not muted. I turned the muting off.
Well, John has an advanced degree, babes.
So does Tom.
So you know.
Don't leave me out. Or maybe leave me out. I don't know. It depends on what you're going to get into with this advanced degree business.
And I never went to college. Yet that did surprise some people. It's like, well, I'm actually surprised to hear that you never went to college. And I was just like,
well, that's why he's thousands. Wait, no, college students are the ones who are thousands of dollars in debt.
I went to college, but my mom decided to die, so I had to stop.
Oh,
so selfish of her.
I know, right?
Damn Trotskyists.
Yeah, Trots and their fucking cancer.
Nobody can go to college until everyone can go to college. Typical Trot.
That wasn't actually college. That was costume school.
Oh, vocational school.
Is that how you call it?
We usually call it a trade school as well.
Trade school, VOTEC, vocational technical college, technical college. Yeah, we got a lot of different names.
That's not really prestigious, though.
No.
Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's not.
In your country, because in mine it is. It's very hard to get in, and I made everyone very mad when I.
When you say costume, do you mean suits or costumes?
No, I mean theater costumes.
Oh, theater costumes.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I wanted.
Shut up, David.
Yeah, shut up, David. That being said, if I was rich, I would totally go to vocalist school. Like, do you know how much is a tuition to Juilliard?
A lot.
Yes, it's a lot. Like 6 figures at least. It is, and also for those who want to go to film school, the University of Spoiled Children, USC, in Los Angeles, as it were.
University of Southern California for people outside the states, or for people outside of South Carolina.
I know that one. I know from the movies. I know MIT. And SoCal and Harvard and Yale, I guess. And that's it.
So hello everyone and welcome in. It's been another week. I joined JP. You just joined us as we just started the show because we were a little late this time. And
there's 2 times when something can happen when you have ADHD. Right now, not right now. So when I saw my floor needed vacuuming, I started vacuuming.
Well, at least you did something productive.
And then you had your dog take you for a walk, and it was, and there was the biscuit.
And what fem school?
No, that would be UCLA. No, UC Santa Barbara is the school where the women are men and the men are women.
And the blue furry creatures from Alpha Centauri are real blue furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
What?
That's a line from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The traditional line is where the men are strong and the women are good looking. And so people have been parodying that for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get Prairie Home Companion, which made it into The Women Are Strong and the Men Are Good Looking and the Children Are All Above Average.
Oh, okay. So Garrison Keillor stole it?
Probably.
Oh, I thought he came at it from the beginning. Well, he's been disappointing me for a decade or more now. So.
Garrison Keillor. He was the host of the variety show, The Prairie Home Companion, on NPR,
which was wonderful.
Decades. It was a wonderful show. Music, comedy.
That's not one I know.
Special guests.
No. You wouldn't understand it. It was all about Minnesota and Midwestern values.
It started there in Minnesota, and then it just sort of spread outward across all of National Public Radio. The locale, the fictional locale was Anoka, Minnesota. He had another name for it, but his hometown is Anoka, Minnesota. He just made a fictionalized version. He populated it with different people. He had recurring sketches like the Guy Noir.
It was like Neil Gaiman did with Menominee, Wisconsin, like my hometown, Menominee, Wisconsin.
Excuse me, I'm going to mute myself because I'm eating crackers. No, not my family, okay?
I mean, obviously you're not going to eat your whole family. Your mom is dead.
To it.
All right. But yeah.
This is tasteless.
Lake Wobegon. That was the name
tasteless
of the town.
Tasteless crapper is so lefse is what it is.
Do you have the patrons ready to go us up so that we can thank them?
I do not. Thank you for reminding me.
Mithril, all right.
I mean, you said you want to be professional with the introduction. Might as well also do the patron thing as well, and do that at the beginning of the portion of the podcast. And don't forget to rate the podcast in your favorite podcatcher apps and iTunes and Spotify. Hey, that will boost up some of the algorithms. And for those on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And maybe do some butt stuff every once in a while.
Yes. Also comment on the stream afterwards because that helps the algorithm on YouTube, I've been told.
And also comment on the down below
podcast
stuff.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So thanking our patrons. First up, we have Yemi.
Thank you, Yemi.
And then we have the totally impolite. What are you doing, dog? Totally impolite, talking with her mouth full, Yuli.
Yay, me!
Well,
No, we already thanked Yami. God, what's wrong with you? And then we have Marty.
Thank you, Marty! Who's in the live chat right now?
And then our Dane, Eli.
Thank you, Eli.
And then we have Yo.
Thank you, Yo.
And
hopefully
Mylin.
everything goes well, Yo. And thank you,
Mylin.
And then we have two fuckboys.
Yes, thank you, fuckboys.
And then we have Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
And then we have Von Reck, who, if I'm guessing correctly, is still gay.
Yes, thank you, Von Reck. Thank you all for making this all possible. Why the hell do you give us money for this? But hey, it pays for things, and we can give the extra money to our people, our comrades in need. So, what has happened this week?
Ben Shapiro owned himself? No, Ben Shapiro just said something stupid. Didn't really own himself. Zip ties.
That's every week. Why is that different than why is last
well,
week?
Well, he didn't say something different happening this week. He just said something that happened this week.
Charlie Kirk apparently deleted a whole bunch of tweets
supporting the march or the riot, the coup.
I just saw the headline for it. I didn't read what he deleted, but the context apparently was he was saying, yeah, get them fuckers in the Capitol, those assholes. And then when it went down, he went, oh, that might come back to bite me.
Similar to Kevin Sorbo.
Who said that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kevin, yeah.
So
Charlie Kirk, tiny face guy.
Tony Park unit. Yeah, tiny face guy. I live on campus every day. I live on campus every day, Chank. I live on campus every day. Yeah, that's a good point, Groundhog. I thought that Penn Shapiro always owned themselves.
Well, no, see, the thing is, for people who love capitalism so much, they are very good at being publicly owned.
Yes, exactly.
We had to have a news group about that, or a Facebook group about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. There is a Facebook group that for those who hate communism, they seem to be publicly owned a lot.
Then let's
there
see,
already
there was
is one? I didn't know.
Julie, are you playing a tiny trumpet?
No, that was my mouth.
Were you doing a Charlie Kirk interpretation?
It's a music that we play in France when someone makes a
Fart joke?
bad joke.
A bad joke. Ah, I see.
Whereas we do, ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then there was the
Coupons.
U.S.
Jesus.
representative who...
Which one? There are so many.
one of the
fucked
ones
up
who
so bad.
supported the coup attempt and who tweeted out the
fuck you,
location of
David.
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name, but she tweeted out
Oh,
that...
the QAnon one.
Yes. She
Estabrook
tweeted out...
or-
She's from Western Kentucky, I think. She tweeted out after, she committed sedition. They tried to force me to my knees, but that's where I'm at my strongest.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was,
Because she's a good Christian.
And I said,
Okay.
TMI girl.
She's Jimmy Fucking. With
Oh,
your
boy.
knees, get down on your knees and then bow your head with great respect and Jimmy Fuck.
Don't make me mute you. You're not allowed to sing.
Make a cross on your abdomen. When in Rome, do like a Roman. Ave Maria. Gee, it's good to see you. Getting ecstatic and sort of dramatic and doing the Vatican.
Rag.
Yes. And that's so going to be in public domain soon. So the lyrics will be public domain. Screw making like a profit off of that.
Yeah, there are two Q.
I have
reps.
no fucking clue what you just sang.
The
The Vatican
Rag.
Rag by
It's-
Tom Lehrer.
Yeah,
A comedy
I don't
musician.
even know who that is.
Comedy musician
an
from
American.
the 50s.
Oh.
an American
He was the
comedy
Tim
musician
Minchin of
who-
the 50s.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was
Okay.
very good.
Did he love boobs though?
No.
He did talk about the masochism tango.
Yes.
Poisoning pigeons in the park.
Mhm.
Yes.
He sang the
We all
Element
go
song.
together to die.
He was pretty much the Tim Minchin of the 50s. Remember, it was a different era. Different things were shocking and funny.
Well, he was funny. He was good for being able to put a comedy spin on a biting comedy spin on the issues of the day. And I think he was usually on the right side. I can't remember a time when he was on the wrong side.
Yep.
From my point
I
of
mean,
view.
he didn't have a Twitter, but yeah, he was
Oh yeah.
he was generally good, so far as
Is-
we can recall.
Green
Unlike, for example, Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are. I'm looking at the whatever the thing that scrolls to the side where these people, these other
Live chat.
the peons are speaking amongst themselves. Yeah, and those are the two, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lorraine Boebert.
It's a March
It's
Terror
close
Green-
to Bobbitt, which is a little nerve-wracking, but
It's the sixth name that Robert can have.
yeah, those are the two that we're going to have to really watch. I think it's Green is the one that's going to impeach Biden. I don't know if she's going to wait till 21st. I think she's going to she's going to try it as soon as Congress is gavelled into session.
What? Why impeach Biden? He and Harris were the people of the year.
You
according to
can't
Time
impeach
magazine.
for something that doesn't happen during the presidency. But she's saying that she's going to impeach because Hunter Biden is compromised.
Yeah, and blah blah blah. China bad things. A
Has
while ago.
Biden saved America yet?
He's not president yet.
He is proposing to increase the federal minimum wage to like $15, which is like yes, but that should have happened like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that.
Well,
But,
he doesn't have any. He didn't. Well,
Hi,
5
Tim.
years ago, he had something to do about that.
Mhm.
Hey, Tim.
Hi Tim.
Hi, Tim.
And so it's the $15 minimum wage is part of the new stimulus plan that includes a $1,400 check as well. So only one-time payment, but also it gives in a lot of money to like the federal, state, and local and tribal governments because those ones are going to like need money in order to be solvent after this COVID-19 and to like fight the COVID-19. They'll need resources. The stimulus checks just one time, not recurring, and nothing to make up for like all the times that we didn't get stimulus checks. I'm not sure about like employment payments. Doesn't mention anything about like evictions notice and stuff like that.
There was something. Well, I don't know about evictions, but there was something about rent assistance.
Okay, yeah.
There was that was addressed in some way. I don't remember the exact way, but there was an addressing of that.
Yeah, we'll see what he
proposal.
actually does because they all
Agree.
talk big game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And even with like the federal minimum wage, it does increase to $15. I did the math as well. Right now, like say in Seattle, if the on average you're going to have to spend like at least $1,200 a month for just a studio apartment, as it were.
Hey,
and if
indigenous heretic, vanilla beans are wonderful. Joe Biden is not an old dried up vanilla bean. He's an old dried up lima bean. Okay? God.
Yeah, because you can't. Well, I suppose you could grind them up and put them in your coffee, but I don't know that would have the same effect as the ground up.
Because it's going to save the economy, Groundhog. That's why it's called a stimulus check. They don't care about people, they care about the economy.
But yeah, the one-time $1,400 like check that's supposed to make for the promise of the $12,000 check because it combines with the $600 check we already got. That's how is that supposed to stimulate the economy when it's only like one time, as it were? That's where it's like Groundhog is asking. It's like, how's the stimulus check was not really going to do what it says it's going to do? Well, then again, in America, we just call things for what they are, even though they're not really what they are. Our democracy.
Fascists always lie. Freedom is peace, or war is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. War, or ministry of truth. Ministry of love.
We've always been at war with East Asia.
Eurasia.
Minimum wage is increasing. I did see that like Biden plans to. We have to hold his feet to the fire to like make these promises, but he plans to like also include tip wage earners, but to give her in that like kind of provision where it's just like if you're a tip wage earner, you get to be paid less than minimum wage to include because they.
Getting rid of that would be phenomenal for the service industry.
Yes.
No more TWIPs. Just no longer having to put up with bullshit, sexual harassment, all that stuff. Oh, that would be so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would just turn it into a retail job instead of a
service job.
Yeah,
and retail is still living hell, but
Yes, I worked at a gas station for 4 years.
But so much better than service, where you have to take it with a smile.
Yes,
I'm looking. If that goes through, I would look forward to the videotapes. God, I'm so fucking old. I just threw away all my old I threw away 4 big plastic tubs of videotapes this weekend that I've had for 20 years, and I haven't had a VCR for longer than that. So go figure. But anyway, no. I look forward to the videos of service workers if they don't have to suck up to customers for tips. I look forward to the videos of them saying what they really feel when they get sexually harassed by customers who think that
and then Karen
nice
and Jimbo call for the manager, and the manager says, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
exactly.
Actually, the manager's not going to say "fuck you." He's going to say, "Shame on you, Susan."
And then he's going to go in the back room and say, "Fuck them."
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe. There are a lot of asshole bosses out there, regardless.
Which is still about hell, where you don't have to be like extra nice to the demons that are punishing you.
Thank you,
it's a
sir.
good
May
point,
I
John
have
Burke.
another?
And so now earlier this morning, like just like 15 30 minutes ago, I kind of posted, okay, yeah, federal minimum wage increasing, does that include disabled people? Because I'm not sure. I'm seeing conflicting things. I need to research this because yeah.
You're cute.
Well, someone did say that like Biden is going to like get rid of that exemption for disabled people as well. So disabled people will be paid for the minimum wage as well. But I have not confirmed that research. None of people saying that no, that still happened.
Biden is an ableist ass. He's not going
He's
to
an
do that.
ass generally.
Yes. Well, he's a capitalist
No.
too, so that makes him a bit ableist too as well.
Well, I have heard that is part of the. I don't know that if it's his particular proposal, but it's in his proposals that he is that they are looking to get rid of that exemption for disabled workers, or that minimum wage would apply, to everybody who works.
Mm-hmm.
That's under the federal minimum wage statute anyway. Not everybody is. I don't think everybody is.
Yeah. Do you think people are going to actually hire disabled folks?
That's a good point. Yes.
Because they don't already with the exemption of minimum wage. So, in
And the
France,
fact is,
the
if you're
government
disabled, you're not
has
really a
to.
person.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's a
In
good
France, the government has to give money to businesses so they hire disabled folks, and they still don't want to hire us.
I see, and that's
Like
a good
the
point.
government pays half our fucking wage, and we still have trouble finding work.
Yeah, and
So I that's not a good idea. Not because disabled folks don't deserve the minimum wage, but because it's not solution to our unemployment.
Yeah, exactly.
Unemployment shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. It should be a problem. If you're unemployed but still able to live, you should be able to still be able to live. Yep, everything's behind a paywall or something. And Groundhog, you made a good point. Can we increase SSI to an livable amount? Yes, and also remove that provision in our benefits program in America right now that like you can only have a certain amount of money. If you get above that money, whatever it is, you will lose your benefits because oh look, you're surprisingly not disabled now with all this money you have. We don't have to give you any money at all.
Or if you marry or
yes,
get a job or
yeah,
anything, you stop being disabled.
If somebody catches
the
you on
minute you have
Twitter.
a life, basically.
If somebody posts a picture of you on Twitter standing up from your wheelchair for half a second.
Yeah, Joe nailed it. I think that we should be talking about
minimum income, not minimum wage.
Minimum income.
Yes.
That we should be, all of us should have.
I mean, fuck that. We should just have guaranteed housing, food, and healthcare.
Yes. Yeah,
it shouldn't be based on money at all.
I mean, for all its fault, UBI would be a good step.
Well, I don't think so, because what would happen is that landlords would just jack up rent to UBI minimum.
Yeah, imagine that's going to happen with the $15 minimum wage now. Which, honestly, like I said earlier, I did math.
Yeah, I forgot your country doesn't have fucking regulations, and
no, it doesn't have
tenants don't have any rights. In my country, if a landlord does that, they go in jail.
Fuck you, David. You're going on timeout for that one.
Yes. So those of you who are not mods in Social Justice Alchemy, you got to pay attention to what David says, because like once we put David in timeout, a lot of his messages are going to be removed forever, and unfortunately, you will lost what David has said.
But no, we're not going to pull ourselves up by our jockstraps, David. Sorry, David. David.
I want to get Joey's. Should put the indigenous company that he got the decolonized hat from, should give us a link to that. I guess he can't, can he?
The link to
Where's
what?
Joey should come on stream, is my opinion.
Yes.
But you know,
Yeah,
The-
well, we don't listen to you because you're a French woman
A landlord too.
and a
Get
landlord.
Yoey in here, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. UBI index to
I'm
median
done with my
rent.
fucking crackers, but I'm not talking to you.
Will you talk to Joey?
Well, while we wait for Joey to join us, I am going to share some good news I just saw on Facebook. From independent.co.uk. Cat guides injured walker to safety after he got lost in Swiss Alps.
I saw that.
A hiker claims he was guided back to the right path after he sprained his ankle and got lost in the Alps. The Hungarian man said he became disoriented and found his intended route blocked while walking in the mountains near Gimmelwald in Switzerland. Fortunately, he encountered a friendly local cat who guided him back to safety. The walker, posting with the username SC4S2CG, has described his experience on Reddit, and a 2013 video purporting to show the same encounter with the black and white cat was linked on YouTube. And if you go to the stream, you will now be able to see it's a lovely little tuxedo cat rolling around
That's a much
in the
good.
gravel.
You have to
I'm going to mute the either German or French or Romanche if it's in Switzerland. But that is an adorable little floof rolling around in the gravel. And Yuli is really sad that she's muted right now because there's a kitty on screen and she can't go, oh my god, that's a kitty. All right. So, Yoey still has not joined us.
I just gave them the link.
Yeah.
So
Is that to build a fire? Is that the Jack London story?
I think so. Yes, that's where the one guy went to like Alaska and yeah, I shouldn't have gone alone.
Well, he tried to build he was cold and had two matches. He tried to
It
build
is
Put the
a
kitty back,
got-
for fuck's sake!
No, you lost your
I
chance.
agree, Ground. You have to watch the replay then. I agree, Ground. It's almost as if people are able.
I saw it already. I just want to see more.
You know, it's. I like it when she has crackers in her mouth because then she's clear and understandable.
Yeah, she sounds like an American when she's full of food.
She's, of course.
Yeah, because you talk with a potato in your fucking mouth.
You're racist against the Irish.
Is that Dana? Is that the one where he tried to build, or he finally got a fire going under a tree
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
that had a bunch of snow on the branches?
The 1908 version is about an unnamed male protagonist who ventures out into the sub-zero boreal forest of the Yukon Territory. He is followed by a native dog and is on route to visit his friend, ignoring warnings from an older man from Sulphur Creek about the dangers of hiking alone in extreme cold. Protagonist underestimates the harsh conditions and slowly freezes to death.
Yep. I read that story in middle school, actually.
Yeah, and the part I remember was he finally got a fire going, and he was going to be just fine. And
In 1902, the weather is not as cold, there is no dog, the fire is not doused, and the man survives.
Okay.
I agree.
People
Dana.
are happy with potatoes in their fucking mouth.
Dana. Duh.
Oh wait, I disagree with the don't go by yourself. I like to camp by myself, or I used to when I was able to actually get out and do that. I like camping by myself. I just am not stupid and
Oh,
have
okay.
at least 2 or 3 different ways to light fires. And
You're also from
and-
Wisconsin, where you used to
Living in Wisconsin is basically camping already.
Yes.
yeah,
But I love potatoes too. I like to be versatile, cut it up to do different things to them, covered in cheese, slice them up, season them, just bake them, roast them.
I take
Boil 'em
them
in a
camping,
stew.
and then if I need to build a fire, I have potatoes to build a fire with.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I cut it up and use them in curry. And hello,
Yesterday
Joey.
we had tartiflette, which
Hello.
is potatoes with stinky mountain cheese.
Yes, we can.
Joey!
Joey. The
What's
initiative
up,
air
Joey?
kick. Same shit, different day.
Oh, it's more rhetorical than anything else.
Well, yes, but I just remembered something. Yeah, after the events of like January 6th, there were been planned also similar demonstrations, riots
In all the
essentially.
state capitals, yeah.
Yes, Michigan is well fortified. Like they have tanks outside in Michigan's capital. Other capitals, capital buildings, have like fences and walls and stuff like that. So it's like I don't know what the demonstrations are going on right now, or riots if there are any. But hopefully, anti-fascists will be able to like show up and just outnumber them as they have before, which is as like Renegade Cut says, that's the best way to like fight anti-fascists, as fight fascists with anti-fascism. Just show up with more numbers and scare them.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. What I've heard is that there's a lot of chatter in the fascist circles that they should not show up to the demonstrations at capitals or in Washington, because those are traps, because people are looking out for them. So they're spreading the word about stochastic terrorism instead of this focus stuff. And I think that ultimately is going to be more dangerous.
Yeah, they're going on Discord and Telegram and other places where it's harder for people to monitor them.
Yeah, I've seen that they've moved off of. They noticed that when they were on Twitter and Facebook and doing things in public, that people could see them and notice that they were doing treason, and that would get them in trouble. So
Sedition.
Sedition, treason.
Treason means aiding and abetting enemies of the government. Sedition means plotting to overthrow the government. So it's
so if you're seditioning with one other person, that's treason, because they're aiding.
I mean,
I always win these things because
none
I'm
of
an
those
English
two
major.
are bad per se. The issue is it's fascist.
Well, I have certain opinions on the overthrow of the American government.
Yeah.
So you're a
Overthrow the
sedition
fucking
feaser.
government, but do it with anarchists, not fucking.
Yes, they weren't anarchists that was storming the Capitol, because if there were
That was
actually
infuriating. That was absolutely infuriating.
In a video
Well,
game,
you turn the MAGA cap backwards, you become an anarchist. Turn it forwards, you become fascist. It's a rotary switch.
I'm like, that's not why they wear the red. Like, what is wrong with you people? Does anyone own a dictionary these days?
No,
we have the internet. We have Google.
Also, mainstream media is calling them like anarchists as well. So they believe the mainstream media, and they also believe the other like misrepresentations like socialism is when we pay for roads, when the government pays for roads, and it's just like. At least with those people, I will say they're thinking socialism is a good thing. So I would just ask them, okay, does the so-called fire department own the control of the means of production? Do the workers have worker democracy in the fire department as well? Because that's closer to socialism than just the Southern California fire department went and put out the fires and saved some houses.
Socialism is when the government
talking
does
to those
things.
people, Jonathan.
Yeah.
The more things the government does, the socialister it is.
Communism, the government does communism. Government does everything. Socialism, government does most things. Capitalism, government does some things. Anarchism, no government. Those are all wrong. As you were saying,
I'm
Joey?
kind of thinking what we really need to do is just start the education of things like that earlier, because there's not So when you're looking at any child in their childhood development, there's this stage, like as soon as they can figure out how to say the word mine, they start saying the word mine. But then not long after that stage, there comes this stage where they share, and they share everything. They share shit you don't want them to share. Like you don't want to share the thing they're trying to share with you, but you feel bad not taking it because they're really heartfelt trying to share with you. That's communism.
Yes.
Like it's that simple. It's not a difficult and complex concept to have. You look at capitalism, that's the mine stage.
Yes,
capitalism is when they're screaming mine all the time. Yes, there is also
Like
this
the seagulls
like,
in
Mine.
yes,
Finding Nemo.
exactly.
Nemo. Finding
And there,
Nemo.
like,
Mine.
everybody's got that in them in
Sure.
both cases, but the adult in the room looking at the 2-year-old screaming mine, the 3-year-old trying to share things nobody wants to share them, and the 4-year-old constantly following behind them saying why. You're the adult in the room. You're supposed to be able to look around at all these
Ta
kids
gueule, David.
and figure out when and where to apply all of these concepts. Like, that's literally what you're supposed to be able to do as the freaking adult.
Mine, is it called mine-ing?
I just told David to shut up in French, if you're wondering.
Tais-toi.
I figured that's what
No,
you
ta
said.
gueule.
How do you say
It must
it
be
again?
a ruder version than the one I learned in French class.
Yes, that's a very rude version. It's
What
closer
was the one
to
you learned?
shut the
I
fuck
want to
up.
know how to say it rudely.
Spell
Ta
it out in the
gueule.
chat if you would.
Gueule, gueule,
Ta gueule.
Okay.
gueule.
Just
Yeah,
gueule.
ta gueule.
This is where we learn French.
That's not written like, that's not spelled
I
like
just
that,
want to
but
learn the
it
bad
works.
words.
Okay, would you do me a favor
Eric?
and type it out in the chat for us, Julie? I want to be able to look it up.
So what was I thinking?
If you
Yes,
do it
that,
well,
that's
it's
actually
you're
spelled
doing
like that. I'm sorry
Minecrafting.
for my language.
You were saying something, Tom?
Yeah, I was saying I'm looking at the take on the mine thing.
Fuck off, Joe.
That David started, and
And
I think I'm enjoying the Minecraft of
Yes.
these people.
I'm not talking to you ever again, Tom.
I know I'm off the fucking show.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Oh, come on, that was good.
I feel betrayed.
Oh, it just
I feel-
means
I'm,
your
I'm
mouth.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. I will pretend I didn't say it, and then everybody will have to stop laughing at because it was really, really funny.
Okay, so ta gueule is like Monty Python saying, shut your filthy gob, you tit.
Is that like shut your hole?
Gueule
Yeah,
means
I
muzzle
guess.
or maw or gob or trap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's
So a different end.
that's slang to it. It's a bad word for mouth.
I think the one
Cum
that my
bucket.
friend taught me was fermer la bouche.
Yeah, it's very polite though.
Close
Femme ta
enough.
gueule would
Oh,
be the very
really?
Yeah,
impolite version.
it
What
just
a
means
jerk! I was trying to get him to tell me all the freaking worst words.
Let's see, I know in Russian there's zaibis,
Supposed to tell
which
me
means
the
go
bad
fuck
one.
yourself. And when I
What?
said
What?
it to zaibis in Russian means go fuck yourself.
Oh,
I
okay.
learned that one in high school, and I confirmed it with a.
I'm gonna say that to Putin if I ever meet him.
I went ahead to try and confirm it with a girl who joined us like junior year, a native Russian, and she was shocked and said, "Yes, that is very naughty."
Yes, Dana, it's really, really gentler. It's the equivalent of stop talking,
Be quiet. Yeah.
be quiet. Yeah. If you want to say go fuck yourself in French, you say nique-toi.
Or nique ta mère.
I mean,
Yeah, it means go fuck your mom. It doesn't mean go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
David,
But
free
we
counseling. You missed.
say go
you
fuck
missed-
your mom way more than go fuck yourself in French.
Yeah. Well, David, you're coming in the middle of a language lesson.
We're learning how to say go
Which-
fuck
which is
yourself
very
in all
good.
the languages
But
of
you-
the world.
But you did miss Julie eating crackers and trying to speak and being much more clear than she normally is in English.
And
I still
Putin's
have
name means
chocolate to eat,
prostitute in
though.
Spanish.
She was eating white people?
I said I wasn't
no.
eating my family, okay?
No,
Julie made the joke before anyone else could.
Okay.
How is white people? I wonder how they taste.
Mayonnaise and white bread. Mayonnaise and Wonder Bread.
Apparently, we taste like pig.
Well, all people taste like pig. It's called long
Yeah.
pig.
Mayonnaise and vanilla.
Long pork.
God.
Yeah.
Which means we are white meat.
Sattva means it goes to you or it goes in you.
That
Yes, Tom Lehrer does have a song of.
it doesn't mean anything.
So do we have
No.
Fishy Fashy?
We do have a fishy fashy, but we're not done with our
Mhm.
language lesson. Don't try to change the subject, geek.
Wait,
Okay, just making sure.
that doesn't mean anything.
Sattva.
No, that doesn't mean anything.
It's not a thing people say.
No, but it doesn't mean anything. Sa mean this, ta mean yours, and va means
Well,
go.
Sattva, but she probably meant Sattva.
It suits you? It means it suits you.
Yeah, it goes well on you. Yeah.
So Fishy
Go
Fashy
fuck
win.
yourself in ASL. I don't know what it actually is, but
Yeah, middle
You
finger works in every language.
not in Chinese.
Yeah, I don't
Chinese
care
sign
about
language.
I don't speak with Chinese.
Your children. Well, you won't have children.
No,
Your
it's
neighbor's
okay,
children.
Dimitri. You don't have to apologize, but it doesn't mean anything.
Not really. No. Yeah.
How about qu'est-ce que c'est? That means psycho killer in French, doesn't it?
What?
No.
Psycho killer is qu'est-ce que c'est? That's what I learned from Talking Heads.
Talking Heads was entirely wrong. Qu'est-ce que c'est just
Yeah.
means what is.
Yeah, qu'est-ce que c'est? It means what it is. What is it?
Okay.
But the fa 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 thing was pretty funny because that's a brand of soap.
Yeah. Yeah, I stole that from somebody. I saw it and I just fell apart. I saw that. What is David did gave a link to that whole thing in Facebook. What's the Talking Heads?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. David did link that on Facebook. Yeah.
Remember,
Are they
I
the
think I
ones
saw
who
that
sang "You're my heart, you're my soul"?
Not sure. I'm not
Doesn't
familiar with
sound-
Talking Heads.
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound at all like Talking Heads.
What are you wondering about, Dana?
I don't know.
The qu'est-ce que c'est?
Probably not. 'Cause psycho killer would be like tueur psychotique.
Oh no, it's more than talking.
Just stick with your Mongolian throat singers or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Who.
Those guys are badass.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. I learned something today. Something interesting and useful. Not this other stuff. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Qu'est-ce que c'est just
Qu'est-ce
means
que
what is
c'est?
it?
It means what is it?
It's and Faith No
And-
More
and-
also saying what is it? This is what is it?
That's not qu'est-ce que
Yeah.
c'est,
What
Dana.
is
That's
it?
que que c'est. You forgot the hyphen
The
CE.
CE.
Yeah.
My language is wonderful.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
just was that.
Yeah. Stop Making Sense. That was the name of the concert film I saw.
Yes, Mongolian throat singing rules.
But
Have you-
Julie
have you
doesn't
heard
actually listen
that-
to Mongolian throat singer. She listens to Mongolian heavy metal.
Yeah,
With throat singing.
with those things. Yeah.
Have you heard the
No.
cover on Metallica, the
No.
Metallica song
No, I haven't. That's interesting.
from the Who?
I've gotten a chance to
They
listen yet.
covered it in Mongolian. It's so fucking badass.
Nice.
I
It's so
would
much more
imagine that
metal
it's
than
probably
Metallica
like,
ever was.
I was just gonna say, I bet you anything that it's better.
Oh,
Than the
it
original.
is better. Like way better.
Is it just me, or do Mongolian bad boys seem like they're tougher than American bad boys?
Well, they're Mongolians.
Well, they ride
so-
horses and use hawks to catch goats. So yeah.
Well, according to the videos that I've seen, they also ride Harleys and wear all kinds of jewelry, and they look pretty metal. And
Yeah, they are bikers everywhere in the world, not just in the U.S.
Yeah, and they do have Genghis as the they still look back to Genghis Khan as is their spiritual, master and
mascot.
Not
ancestor.
mascot.
No, not
No,
mascot.
mascot. Oh no. I don't think that they
ancestor.
would. Ancestor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy was not a mascot.
No. He was anything but. He would make.
I
you
mean,
a mascot
I
for
don't-
Oh, he was all about the butt, I'm sure.
Oh
No.
yes. I don't know how many
I don't
people
know.
he raped, but
Well,
Most of
it
them.
wasn't
Just-
all about the butt because he
Well, isn't there,
apparently
like-
is the. Go ahead, Joey.
Oh, I was just gonna say, isn't there a relative of his that like fathered some crazy amount of human beings in the world? Like if they can trace their
Genghis.
lineage back.
Well, once you go
that's
back,
him.
Genghis
Genghis
Khan.
Khan. That's
I
him.
Genghis
thought
Khan.
that was Kubla.
Kublai Khan
No,
was
no,
his
no,
grandson.
That was that Kubla is his grandson. I think grandson.
Yeah, tried to invade Japan and totally failed.
Because
was-
of the divine wind.
I mean, Mongolia tried to invade China and Japan a lot.
Well, the Mongols
and
did
they
take
failed.
over China. That's how they got Kublai Khan. The Mongols also got India, which is how you got the Mughal Empire.
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, they
Yeah,
took
but
over most
I
of
mean-
Asia. Let's be honest.
Well,
yeah,
they got
most
to
of Europe too.
they got to Vienna. They got to
Mhm.
Vienna.
They
And
got
got
very,
turned back at
very
the siege
far
of
away.
And then I
but
think it's in Warsaw or Krakow that every day at a certain hour, they have a trumpeter play the hour and then get cut off abruptly in honor of the time when the guy signaling the hour got killed by Mongol invaders.
Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is a character in the
Yes.
Discworld.
Yeah.
Based on Genghis Khan, yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
Like, what if you had lived to an old age? By the time you're that old, you've just gotten really good at not dying, so you just keep it up.
Yeah, with his diamond teeth.
Mhm.
To
Genghis,
be fair,
what is best
I
in
would be
life?
scared shitless if I saw a guy that's like 120 years old.
With diamond teeth, carrying a big ass fucking sword, wearing a loincloth, and stinking
Yeah.
to high heaven.
I would be scared.
Mhm.
Like
would
there
like to
was
talk to him.
an illustrated book where they went.
They went to the hub, no, the counterweight continent. Interesting times.
Yeah, no, the illustrated book.
Oh, when they went to the hub.
Yeah, when they went
The-
to fight the gods.
Last Heroes?
The last hero, I think.
Yeah, Tim, that's what I was thinking of. It was. I don't know if it's
Sorry,
2%. It
Maylin
seemed like it was
came
even
to
more
tell
than
me
that.
I was
The Last Hero.
speaking
No,
super
that's-
loud.
But yeah, he they did some fucking apparently.
Well, if you go back long enough, like every person has like a million descendants just by the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mongolians, yeah, they
They got around.
Mhm.
They got around. Yeah, they did. Do we have a fishy fashy? Just in mentioning that again so while we have a whole full house as well,
Yes,
and this
yes.
on the podcast.
We
recording.
do indeed have a fishy fashy. First
I'm
up,
tired. I can't go. I can't. I just. This is. I just embarrassed because I know I'm going to fuck it up, and I don't want to fuck it up. I want you to think of me as perfect and imperishable. And when I fuck up this thing, it'll
shut up, babe.
You'll have this thing that you'll know that it was. I go ahead.
Let's have a fucking it up competition then.
Yes.
See how badly we can all fuck it up.
Oh yeah, let's see who can. Yeah, I think I could win that one. I could win that
I'm
one.
pretty good at fucking things up on purpose.
All right.
I can do it. I can do it on purpose by
Yeah,
accident.
you're the only
I
person
think
on the stream who's not white, so I don't know, Joey.
I don't know if we're allowed to say
That gives me
things
more
about you.
leeway.
Well, of course.
I didn't say
No, because
shit
if you fuck up, you fuck it up for all your people. We're allowed to fuck up individually.
No, I don't have to be that great of an ambassador for my people. We're hostile savages, you see.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that
We always fuck shit up. We just come in like that's our theme.
All right.
Yeah.
How do we say fucking shit up in French? Fucking it up. Well, merde. Oui. I fucked it up. You would say. J'ai merdé.
It should be Le Pen.
I shouldn't.
We're culturally anti-authoritarians, so.
Who?
And not very bright about attacking wagon trains either, because you ride around in a big circle around the wagons.
No, we were just fucking with them, Tom.
Well, you kept pitching
You
off
make
your
them go
horses
in a
left.
circle, then you just run around the outside and like point and laugh.
And the guys inside get super dizzy and they start to fall down.
You shoot the occasional arrow.
Yeah, but the problem is that when you're riding
it's a
around
big
like
fancy
that,
game of duck, duck, goose. That's all they were doing.
Yeah, but the guys inside the thing have rifles. That's not good.
They don't know how to use them. They're all from Boston. And they're bankers.
There wasn't a lot of death, though.
Well, that's right.
Like,
They're
you
on the
get
Oregon
shot
Trail. They all
once
had
in a while,
dysentery.
but
They all had
You have
dysentery.
to remember, I'm Lakota. Like, we didn't. It took us so long to surrender, they had to write treaties.
Yeah.
They had to actually try to, how are we going to make peace with these people? Because they won't stop.
All right, so fishy fashion.
Well, and the other thing too is that when you.
All right, so fishy fashion.
Tom, you're muted. Tom, you're muted.
I asked you to unmute. You should be able to unmute yourself, Tom.
Don't you mute Tom.
They had more rifles and better rifles and some cavalry, and they attacked on foot.
And so, fishy fashy.
Rather than running around like idiots and getting shot off their horses.
Tom, you've watched too many movies from the 50s.
No, I've read too much about the greasy grass. The 7th Cavalry did very stupid things and got themselves massacred, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
so fishy fashy.
All right, so Ben Shapiro doesn't want people to wish him a happy birthday. He wants happy birthday MLK to start trending on Twitter.
Wait, what?
Ben Shapiro. It's his birthday.
I was just running the last of the custard fight massacre through my head and enjoying it. So start again.
Ben Shapiro's birthday was a few days ago, and he didn't want people to wish him a happy birthday. He wanted them to get happy birthday MLK to start trending.
Is he turning 12?
If so, the fact that he's married to a doctor is very disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is
Meanwhile,
he actually married to a doctor, though.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, he is.
But it would make sense that he would think that wet vaginas are icky.
I almost forgot about that.
All right. Meanwhile, Nick Fuentes.
Shit, I will never forget about that. That shit was funny.
Nick Fuentes, big brain, giant genius guy, is sharing pictures of himself storming the Capitol and bragging about breaching the Capitol.
Nick Fuentes is an ethno-nationalist that's like
he's the white supremacist Hispanic. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Cuba.
Cuba.
Really?
poop on the
Yes, but
moon.
one of those white Cubans who see themselves as like European aristocracies.
Yeah,
The ones that like
pretty
Castro
strong
and
in
Che
the
Guevara would
origins.
like murder because they were landlords.
The ones who fled to the U.S. with all their money rather than stick around and experience the horrors of sharing.
Republicans, in other words.
And finally, Tim
Yes.
Pool
Oh,
thinks
God.
that homeless people need to eat less.
We don't eat frozen cheesecake in bathtubs, Valerie.
I must have missed something from the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel so French, I'm eating frozen cheesecake in the bathtub for breakfast. No, the French eat crepes, not frozen cheesecake.
Yeah. Every morning we eat crepes.
I think it's maybe in the bathtub part, because French people do everything in the bathtub.
No, we don't.
So anyway, Ben Shapiro
Yep.
wants everybody to wish Martin Luther King Jr. a happy birthday instead of him. Nick Fuentes is sharing pictures of himself storming the Capitol on Twitter. And Tim Pool thinks homeless people need to eat less. So we will start with special guest Yoey.
Tim Pool should breathe less.
I'm going to say number 1.
All right. Joey thinks
launch.
that Ben Shapiro doesn't want to wish Martin Luther King a happy birthday. And let's go counterclockwise. So, Jonathan.
Number 3, the horse chest.
And then it'll come back. All right, so
It's getting
let's
back
try
at me
this
for
a third time.
Muting me.
Okay, so
the internet muted me. Yes. So, Jonathan, you said
Tim Pool.
Tim Pool.
I
you
said
think
I said number 3, the launch, but that's something else entirely. So I'm going to go with number 3, Tim Pool, though, as my answer.
okay. And Tom.
It's they're all three of them are so obvious which way it should go that I'm sure it's wrong. I can't imagine that. I mean, it's so obvious that Shapiro would not want everybody to wish MLK a happy birthday, and so that's the obvious one. I should pick it, and I'm going to, because I'm a simple white man and have no subtlety, but I'm sure it's one of the other two. I just can't, because I'm pretty sure I saw Fuentes. Go ahead.
All right. And Yuli.
No one said Fuentes, so I'm going to say Fuentes.
Just to make sure that I don't get a win.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start with Tim Pool.
Which the groundhog is which one is false. We're trying to figure out which one of the 3 that John Brockman has altered somehow to be like a fake.
Okay. Yep. So first up, Tim Pool.
Excuse me. Before you go ahead, Tim is back.
Back again. Tim is back.
Tell a friend.
Back again.
All right. So Tim Pool said, quote, "The fact that we have overweight homeless people proves we got some problems to solve in this country." So yeah, Tim Pool is complaining about overweight homeless people. To which
Of
the
course he
inestimable,
did.
wonderful Chrisiosity replied, "It's called the hunger-obesity paradox, and it's not limited to our country. Also, Google is a thing, you incredibly, mind-bleedingly ignorant tool."
I love Christianity.
Go Chrisiosity. Go Chrissy.
I want to have her as a guest one day.
That would
Yes,
be wonderful.
yes. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
So next up, we have Nick Fuentes.
Tim
I don't
Pool,
even know
that's a
who
good
that is,
one.
but
He's
Nick
the
Fuentes.
Hispanic white supremacist. All right.
yeah, but I mean, I didn't before you told me.
Yeah.
It's better that you do not know. Who Nick
He's a
Fuentes
fascist.
is, yeah.
And people have been saying that he was caught on camera behind Baked Alaska after having breached the Capitol. And Fuentes says, "Reply to anyone claiming that I breached the Capitol with Baked Alaska with a link to this thread. If journalists or others continue to make defamatory, knowingly false claims about me after seeing this evidence, it would constitute a very reckless disregard for the truth." So he is saying that no, he did not breach the Capitol. He is determined to say that he did not breach the Capitol. because he doesn't want to go to prison for having committed sedition.
but he did go on.
He was at the Capitol, but he's saying that he didn't breach the building.
Yeah, he also, I'm sure he also went on that what was it, on one of those on Parler. I think the government made a thing where, if you want to be on the list to be pardoned by Trump, give us all your information. And a lot of idiots actually did, including their crimes.
And then you have the girls going on various social media things and trying to hook up with Proud Boys and then sending their information to the FBI.
Yeah.
All right.
Set it fash to cash a fash. All right. Which means that Ben Shapiro actually did want to get Happy Birthday MLK trending to number 1. Because he thinks he has that much power on Twitter.
See, I should have quit before you guys started. I told you.
In your butt, I want in your butt, in your butt, in your butt, I want in your butt.
French people who win are so insufferable.
They're also insufferable when they lose. I mean, let's be honest.
It's not French people. It's just me, though.
Oh no, I think it's your race.
I'm a sore winner.
The French are a race now.
Well, I'm going by the 18th century designations of sociologists and
Damn, cheese
anthropologists.
lovers anyway.
Yeah. Cheese eating.
Do not insult the cheese.
What is that famous Charles de Gaulle quote about cheese? And you can't lord over, or you can't.
I don't know, but
you can't tell people
cunt.
what to do when they have like over 300 kinds of cheese or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a.
How can anyone govern a nation that has 246 different kinds of cheese?
There it is.
That's why Wisconsin is such an ungovernable mess.
You just make cheddar, though.
David, it's dans ton cul.
No, we got like 3 or 4. I eat a lot of salami cheese.
Cats.
So,
yeah, cheese is really a thing in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And for people who leave Wisconsin.
No, Thomas.
Everybody shut up. There's a kitty on
screen. People who leave Texas and people who leave Wisconsin have something in common.
Sasha.
They can't shut the fuck up about it.
Anywhere else. Exactly. It's like they move someplace else and they bring that state with them. They constantly go on and on about it. And you're just like, why did you leave then?
Because it sucks there.
Exactly.
Well, maybe it's because you're from South Dakota and anything is better than that.
I live in
South Dakota.
I was born in Encino. I'm technically a Valley kid.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Well,
I grew up in Santa Barbara.
Gag me with a spoon.
Actually, I like the
Dude, totally
area, the Rapid City, Black Hills area of South Dakota. Although I probably
that's actually where I live in Sturgis. So.
Oh yeah, so you're a Harley rider, big Harley rider. Once a year, you have a good time.
If you went out my front door, you could walk about 500 yards and literally be in the Black Hills.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm right up against the beginning of the
500 yards in kilometers.
What do you do during the
500 yards is nowhere near even.
Try to turn my volume way up on my TV so I can actually hear it. Because when there's 500,000 Harley Davidsons in your town. Okay, my town normally has an in-town population of like 6,000 people.
Yeah, I've been there. It's small.
It's
smaller than my hometown.
Like it's literally 12. I timed it once. It's 12 minutes across from the farthest corner to the farthest corner of my town.
Walking, riding,
all
biking.
The back roads, like the little 35-mile-an-hour roads. It takes 12 minutes to cross town on a normal day. During the motorcycle rally, it can take, especially if there's a big concert going on out at the Buffalo Chip, it can take as long as 2.5 hours to get it would literally be faster for you to get out and walk.
I think it'd be faster just to crowd surf. Just say, hey guys, please. Take me over there.
I need to get over to the Quickie Marty.
They wouldn't though, because they're all mean. And the thing is they're not even
they're all
all
white.
real bikers. Like most of them aren't real bikers. Most of them are them dumbasses that like are total professionals all year long. And like they have maybe 8 hours total that they've actually ridden their motorcycles. Because they're like
such a gatekeeper.
Oh my god, you have no idea how many
You're a motorcycle
professionals are out
purist.
They're not even like the real colors guy.
So much for the tolerant
wear the
biker.
colors. The guys who are the real bikers, the ones who wear the colors like the Hells Angels and stuff, when they would be in town, when they are in town, even to this day, they're on their best behavior. They don't start any shit. It's all of the professionals. It's the ones who were administrators all year long. They're a biker for 2 weeks out of a year. You know,
The petty bourgeoisie are always assholes.
Exactly, they're bougie bikers.
The professional managerial class, as it were. I just remembered something. This is why I used to go to like read as many books as possible, because like Leto, as David Graeber pointed out, in Bullshit Jobs, how it's like from like the 1930s up to like now, no, from the 1970s up to like now, there was a massive increase of like administrative jobs and as well. So like what Maynard James Keenan said about like eventually we'll have a 15-hour work week, that was true, because a lot of the jobs at the time in the 1930s were automated away, but we still have 40-hour work weeks because of the
I miss David Graeber.
Yes, but like the reason why I bring that up, because like that point of like the administrative clerical jobs increase exponentially up to like by 75% between the 1970s to like now. Jay Sakai mentioned that as well in Settlers, the mythology of the white proletariat, as a way for the white people to maintain their class power over everyone else. Jay Sakai's Settlers book, it's a great book. Everyone should read it, because like even the IWW, we're settlers.
Yep.
I like the way you said white too.
White. I've been reading some like essays for Abolition for the People, about abolishing police on my Twitch channel. Yesterday I just read one about decolonialism by like Morningstar Gala from I forgot which people he was like from, but he talked about the history of Alcatraz too as well. That was a really fascinating thing, but also ties into everything. Abolition of the police is also decolonialism, so double more reason to we should abolish the police as well. And I forgot to point out what's wrong. Oh, yes. Whenever I would see white people, I always say it like that. White people. Makes it a bit more fun as I'm reading a depressing topic. But
needs to have a musical sting to go along with it. White people. No.
I actually had to have.
Why do you say Brendan Fraser?
What's that?
What?
Tim says Brendan Fraser in the chat. Why?
He's a white person. He's cool though, but
yeah, but he's fucking amazing.
Yes, he is.
For a white guy.
He came up because
he's pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's just an awesome person, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went to.
He's like the anti-Kevin Sorbo.
Yes.
Or anti-James Woods.
Yes.
When I was born, my dad was a foreman on a Hollywood ranch, and it was in Saugus, California, which isn't very far from Burbank. It's really just right over a hill, basically, but the way the canyons are and stuff, you have to drive all the way around. Anyways, I ended up, because he was working on this ranch, I ended up growing up around a lot of different Hollywood people. Like one of the first human beings I ever remember meeting was John Wayne.
Really?
I actually met John Wayne. I was a toddler.
Did he like throw you in a lake or something for being brown?
No, he came in. He kept his little Morgan horse, was over in our on the ranch there, and he came over to get lessons because he did not ride very well at all. Most of the scenes with him on the back of a horse, either you get a close-up or a distant shot.
And the horse
he
is
didn't
not
know
moving.
how to ride. Like it's usually a stunt man if you got a distant shot, and if it's up close, if you've ever noticed, the horse doesn't really, it's not moving because he's usually on a barrel that's been made up to look like a horse. Anyways, he kept his little horse out at our ranch, and my mom was the receptionist on the ranch, and there was a little baby gate there, and I was on the other side with her, and she was in the back doing something, and he came in and he was talking to me, and I just remember him talking to me.
Cool.
But I mean, that's one of the first human beings that I ever got to meet. Well, the thing is, like, most of those actors, they're just fucking human beings, right?
Yes.
So some of them are total goddamn douchebags. Some of them are just puerile divas like you would not believe.
Joaquin Phoenix.
And then some of them are just down to earth, really cool people. Just
Keanu Reeves.
You know, Max Gale. He's still my friend. I still have him on my Facebook timeline. I've known him since I was like 3 years old, and he's just a really nice guy.
And hi, Jana.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Yeah, that's a nice name, Jana.
I like
Jana.
it. Sorry, Joey. I was.
Is it RJ, Shoft J, YJ? Jana?
Jana.
Yeah, left was Finnish, so I'm not sure.
No, Jana.
Jana?
Jana.
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 Jana?
Help! Tell us how to pronounce your name.
Soft J, hard J.
Max Gale. Who was Max Gale? He was in
Wojciechowicz.
Dirty Harry. No, that's a minor role.
Wojciechowicz. On Barney Miller.
Never watched Barney Miller.
Okay.
He was also in the movie Taxi. He did a bunch of different guest
What
parts.
role did he play in Taxi? I vaguely recall Taxi.
The movie Taxi.
Yeah.
He was the head taxi driver.
Oh.
Like the lead role.
So it looks like just selected filmography. It looks like he was a character actor doing minor roles rather than a lead guy. Okay.
Yeah, most of the time. He got big for doing Wojciechowicz, and he had a difficult time after that because of the nature of the character, because the character on Barney Miller was like the bumbling guy that wasn't very intelligent. And so he almost got typecast that way. But he Max Gale has more made his mark in music, to tell the truth. He's an excellent sound guy, and he finds tunes, he finds voices, he finds music. He just can. He's got an ear for it. His his first wife, she passed away, but she was the daughter of.
I was right. It's Yada. And so was Julie.
I can't remember her dad's name, but he was a big musical guy back in like the 50s and 60s. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I've met a bunch of, because of not just being friends with Max, but also just my dad's job and stuff. I ended up meeting a whole bunch of really famous people, and some of them are just total douches.
Shut up, David.
Some of them are just really cool people who happen to be famous.
Yeah, you always like to meet the ladder instead of the former.
Well, like Keanu Reeves, he seems like a really cool person.
I've heard Aaron Eckhart is really nice. I've heard people who play villains are typically really nice guys.
Aaron Eckhart, he was like Harvey Dent in
Batman 2.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done some other things. He was in the funny movie Thank You for Smoking.
I actually like that movie a lot. Yeah.
I've never met him, but I've seen Christopher Walken interviewed, and he seems like the kind of guy that's just like, he's a total normal dude. Like he's not because he's always playing somebody who's just really either totally flamboyantly extravagant, just a huge personality, or this evil guy.
It's the Bug Eyes.
Well, wait, Aaron Eckhart? Bug Eyes?
No, Christopher
Oh,
Walken.
Christopher Walken. Okay. I was like,
yeah, he's a dancer. He's a dancer too. So yeah, as it were. But
yeah, he went to Juilliard for dancing, which is why he likes to work dancing into his various roles.
Oh yeah, that's always when it's like awesome when Christopher Walken does it. I don't know. It's just like maybe it's the cadence as it were. This guy, he's unfucking believable.
You're talking to my man. You're doing it all wrong. You got the wrong tone. Do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
It's like when he was on the movie with like Sean William Scott and Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson like tell the story. They were filming on Thanksgiving, and then they were talking outside the trailer, went back to the trailer, and then Christopher Walken goes, "No, the Rock."
Dwayne Johnson. Why don't you say The Rock like everyone?
I will. I just did it right now. I'm doing the
It's
story.
Dwayne
Stop
the Rock
interrupting.
Johnson.
Now, The Rock, you did very well today, and I think you should. And let's do a great job there tomorrow. Looking forward to tomorrow. Oh yeah. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving, Christopher Walken. Yeah, weapon of choice. From Fat Boy Slim.
Slim.
Yeah, that was a good song.
You can go with that. You can go with this. You can go with that.
Hey Maggie, look, it's Christopher Walken. We're in the good night mood. Good night.
Oh, did you just see what Mithril said? Almost anyone with an English accent in Hollywood is a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
True. Like
he's either okay.
Except for Obi-Wan.
I have to say he's either going to be a bad guy, or he's going to be, like that. What's that guy's name? Hugh Grant.
Love interest. Yeah.
Like yes, like an average dude, but foreign.
Very fancy.
So
because
he's going to be
foreign.
quirky and fun.
Cultured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or he's going to be Roman in a period piece. Because all Romans were spoke
British.
Yes. Or they're
That's
able
a
to
well-known
actually
fact.
or they're able to really actually do an excellent American accent, and then you see them in the interview, it's like, oh my god, he's British actually. Well, the guy's named Rupert, of course he's going to be British. Honestly, there's no American name
Like
Rupert.
the guy who plays Sheriff Rick in The Walking Dead.
Named Rupert.
One of his
Well,
earlier
Rupert-
roles was in Love Actually because he's actually British.
American actors who try to do a French accent are fucking offensive.
I will do my French accent now.
What was that one on SNL? Frenchie. Remember?
Oh,
What's that guy's name who did the Frenchie way the hell
no, I
back when on
never
SNL?
watched SNL.
Oh, yeah, I stopped watching SNL, but I didn't watch a classic SNL.
Well, this was way the fuck back when.
Okay,
So would it have been the guy who got lung cancer and died? Man on the Moon?
No, a little bit later than that.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't even believe I can't remember his name.
Wait a minute, Man on the Moon. That's Andy Kaufman. He was
Andy
ever on
Kaufman.
SNL.
Remember he used to go, Frenchie, my name is Frenchie. And it was the most outrageous, messed up French accent ever. But it was
Because French
supposed to
people
be
do not
funny
talk like that.
because
They
it was
talk more like
Saturday
Julie.
Night Live.
Yeah. I fart in your general direction.
Your mother
go
was a
away.
hatcher, and your father sold up elderberries.
Okay,
go away
now
before
we're
I
going
touch
off.
you
the
one
rails.
more time.
What a strange person. And
I
that's
wave my genitals at your aunties already.
but that's a good point. Like even Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie does a better American accent than most Americans, is a word. Yes.
Hugh Laurie is
Yeah.
fucking amazing. I'm still salty he's not going to play Vimes.
I still need Redux World, but like no, Hugh Laurie would be.
I
good
wanted
fun.
Hugh Laurie to play
I don't know.
One of
He's a
my
little bit too pretty
favorite-
for Vimes, I think.
One of my favorite movies.
Do
had
you
this,
think it's pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the guy who is actually playing Vimes?
He's also too pretty.
He's way prettier than Hugh Laurie.
Let's see. New Zealand accent. Fashion chops. Fashion chops. Chops. It's
Yeah, the
fashion
Swedish
chops.
chef exists. I know, David.
I
Well,
thought
you can't
somebody
really
saved it
complain
on
because
Amazon.
Sweden doesn't actually exist.
No, it's Finland that doesn't exist.
Yeah, Finland also doesn't exist. None of those countries up there exist. There's no way that you can have a place where the sun doesn't set. That's not real. That's not a real thing.
So the Baltic,
Alaska's not real.
Yeah, the Baltic is just
Alaska
is just the Arctic Ocean.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Ken. So there's less of Canada now because, like, the Great White North, there's like any place that's like above a certain level does not exist anymore. Sorry, Corey Johnson, as well, if you're watching.
Yes, Joe. Fuck off, Ghost. So I tried to start a revolution, but I didn't print enough pamphlets. So the only people that showed up were my mum and a boyfriend who I hate. So that was a bit of a disappointment.
What the fuck are you on about?
That was from
Quoting
Thor
from
Ragnarok.
Thor
Thor
3.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, from Thor 3.
Yeah. Norway did export 99% of its people to Wisconsin. And
Well,
the
they
other
had to
one-
because it sank
too.
into the sea in 1973.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
that's true.
other 1% of the UP of Michigan.
Yes. Oh, yes. My mother.
We
My
ended
mo-
up with a bunch of them over here in the Dakotas too.
That's right. There is a Norway in
Well,
like the
they-
upper peninsula of Michigan. I remember that actually. It's near
Yeah.
the near
Especially if you
Iron
go up
Mountain
into Fargo, you can actually hear it because you can hear the accent in the
Yeah, sure. Don't you know,
accent.
ja?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want
Like,
to cause
yeah.
any trouble. Oh, I just saved you, and you're biting me.
Oh yeah, you
Chris, so
betcha.
fucking weird.
Oh yeah, sure, man. It's all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want to be a bother, though.
So non-confrontational as it were. Mhm.
Okay, so that's not just the French accent but you're offensive to all foreign people.
Yes, we are.
Well, in this case, we're
Okay.
imitating our own Americans up in Minnesota.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
they're foreign to me. They're in Minnesota. I'm from Wisconsin.
They're Vikings.
I was fuck, Vikings. I was
Are you
actually
Packer
born.
backer?
Yes, obviously.
I thought there's like a law or something, right?
Yeah,
There's like a law that everybody in Wisconsin has to be a Packer backer.
I don't know that it's a law, but you will be ostracized
Shunned.
if you don't wear the green and gold. And if
I know
you
even
wear,
if you leave the state, it's still required.
oh yeah, I think the Packer fan base is probably the strongest. As expats, stronger than any other. But
Well,
then
Well,
Because
the
I know my
Packers-
house is green and gold, and it's not because I'm a fan.
now mine is green and gold too. Hey, cool. Mine is because my landlord was a fan.
But the Pittsburgh Steelers, those fans also like go all across the country. That's because people leave Pittsburgh, honestly.
I don't understand the fuck what you're talking about.
Well, of
Football
course not.
fans, American football, hand-ache. So sports.
Yeah.
Sports ball.
Yeah,
Sports
there
ball.
are Packer stations and Packer bars all over the country. When I went out to
with
Arizona
Red
for
Sox.
one winter,
Mm.
I every game day I was able to find a Packers bar wherever I was. That was really cool.
Wow, a fun fact from like Yona Lefto. The longtime leader of the Communist Party in the USA was the second cousin of the leader of the fascist vigilante group in Finland that kidnapped the communists and smuggled them into the USSR. Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting. Not always the biggest fan of the leadership or like electoralism, communism, as it were. I'm anarchist.
Yeah, we are all here.
Well,
True. Yeah,
maybe not Tom.
Well, not Tom, but
No, I'm
he's
I'm a
anarchist.
die in the
adjacent,
wood, middle of the road Democrat.
no,
Oh.
you're not.
Oh, you're a liberal? You're muted. No.
You're not. You didn't apologize for Biden being a rapist and a lot of things. You're
I
a
like
good
it when
person.
other people make my case for me. I'd rather that than.
Oh, yeah, he
try
doesn't want to be a bother.
explain myself.
He's just going to stay out of the way, not make a whole lot of noise.
Don't want to. Yeah, don't want to.
Oh,
don't want
jeez.
to be a.
Don't
Stop
wanna put
fucking
myself-
with
Don't
Tom,
do
John.
Don't do anything for me. Don't worry about it.
Gus Hale. I think the Gus Hall.
Gus
I
Hall.
think
Yeah,
Okay.
Gus Hall. He was
Stop
leader
making
of
me
the,
scream. Marianne is going to be pissed at me.
Is she napping?
No. But
just
it's even if you're not napping, it's not really nice to have
A
usually
screaming roommate.
yelling in the room.
Love me,
Next,
love me, love me. I'm a liberal.
I think that
I'm
happened
already
after.
always yelling because I'm half deaf.
Oh, okay. I think like yesterday, my brothers were in the kitchen and were very enthusiastic about their conversation. So like I heard them and it like distracted me on my stream yesterday. It's fine for me if I had it was just playing Stardew Valley, but I was actually reading the colonialism essay and the abolition of the police series, and so it's like I was distracted by that. Hopefully, it didn't it heard on the stream as well. But I'm finally going to make a sign and said I'm streaming. Please keep it down. I'm a conservative with anarcho-socialist
What?
leanings.
Shut up, groundhog.
She's awesome. She's a Kiwi from New Zealand. Otherwise
Hence
known
why
as
she was upset by
anarcho-socialist.
fish and chips.
and as she pointed out, in that scene in Thor 3, that was at least done by a Kiwi.
In fact, I believe he's not just a Kiwi, but a native, not a colonizer.
A Maori?
Maori.
One of the Maori
Think one of
people.
them.
Maui.
That's
Wait,
cool.
Lapo was a fascist group in Finland.
I did not know about that.
Well, I'm hoping that one of the people who know about that kind of stuff write something in the thing that scrolls back over here for the idiots.
Chat, the group chat,
The live chat.
Yeah,
especially since most of us are Americans and we don't know anything outside of America
Yeah,
or even
well,
America itself.
I'm wondering why would be called Lapo? Is that
For yourself,
Lapland
white
for
boy.
Lapland?
I just had to suffer a conversation
Sorry.
about American football.
Sports ball.
Yes,
It's not just any football though. You have to understand, Wisconsin's got a team. First off, I kind of like them because they are actually the only socialist team in the United States.
That's why I like them. They were for the longest time until maybe 10 years ago. If they were sold or went bankrupt, the assets would go to a local VFW club.
Yeah. Groundhog, I at least can know how to pronounce Lancashire, or instead of
You mean Lancastershire?
I know, right? It's Maori.
Okay, Maori.
But isn't there also a Maori people in another island? I think these closely related peoples have closely related languages and closely related names.
Well, yeah, because if you go all the way around the Pacific Rim, the vast majority of tribes actually share arrival and welcoming songs. There's an arrival song, there's a welcoming song, there's a clear song, there's a don't land song, because all the way around the Pacific Rim, the jet streams move in such a way that twice a year you can just catch them and sail. You don't have to there's no paddling. The only time you have to paddle is inland. And so the trade routes around the Pacific Rim, my mom's people, the Chumash people, where I grew up in Santa Barbara, that's the only reason I could afford to grow up. The only reason I could afford to grow up in Santa Barbara is because we still have this tiny, tiny, tiny little postage stamp left of originally indigenous lands. We had this tiny little piece of property left. And because we owned it, it's the only reason we could actually afford to live in Santa Barbara, because we were fucking dirt poor. But living in Santa Barbara, you grow up around a lot of indigenous cultures that are Pacific coastal, and you start finding out that around the entire Pacific Rim, there were songs that were shared by all the people because you sang them as you were paddling in towards the shore. And the people who were paddling in towards the shore would sing out a "We've Arrived" song.
The paddles on the canoe
so
go
the arrival
back and
song,
forth, back
and then the people on the shore, if the coast was clear and you could come in for trade, they would sing the welcoming song. And so all of those songs are sung the exact same way all the way around the Pacific Rim. You go into Maori territory and it's the same. You go up into French Papua New Guinea, it's the same. If you go all the way over up north into like Tlingit and Haida territory, it's the same. You go all the way south into like Chumash and Tarahumara, it's the same. All the way around, you can just go all the way around the Pacific Rim, and all those songs
and
are the
this
same.
song, they sing the Moana song. Na, 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 na.
Do you ever
Sorry.
just make up names of Indian tribes to fuck with white people, Joey?
When I was young, I used to do that
You won't
shit
know the difference.
all the fucking time, man. All the time, yes. When I was young, I used to fuck with people's heads about like everything too. Everything. Like, no, I can't do that. It's not traditional for my people. Just because I didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? I just make it up. Absolutely, yes. Because nobody ever knows. Of course, especially when you're young. Especially if you're talking to a teacher. Kinds of stuff and get out of trouble. I had to do that. It's traditional. Nobody knows the difference.
A teacher should learn those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's May or E. That's what I've learned. Because
No,
I'm
it's
from
more E.
Wisconsin. But I'm from Wisconsin, so we have to say it like May or Nays, May or E.
You have
We are
to
white.
mispronounce it.
Yes.
We're white. We have to mispronounce it.
Well, we have to. That's the only way we have to express our cultural
Look at
dominance.
the way you guys butchered Minnesota.
Minnesota.
This I butchered like Milwaukee a lot too.
Milwaukee.
You butcher
It's
everything.
Milwaukee.
I learned from Alice
Jonathan.
Cooper.
It's
that
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
The good land.
Oh,
yes.
that's in Wayne's World.
Yes.
If we
We're
learn it
not
from,
worthy. We're not worthy.
but if you
I
learn
think
it
for
from
the
anybody
first time
from
of
the,
my life, I understand that line. I don't think non-Americans can understand it.
Actually, it's Milwaukee.
actually, if you're from there, it's Milwaukee. You don't. There's no L in it. Milwaukee. And you drink out of bubblers. And they
Is it soda, cola, or pop?
It's soda there, because they're not really Wisconsin.
But you don't like Minnesota, Tom? Because all the postcards I get are from Minnesota.
Nobody
They're
in
not.
Wisconsin.
They're from Wisconsin.
Likes, they don't
Just
like
know
Minnesota.
the stamp is from.
It's because Minnesota is like 45 feet higher than Wisconsin.
So all the shit flows downhill.
It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. If you're taking the interstate, you'll be going along the interstate. Like for me, I was coming from South Dakota. You're going along the interstate and you're all on this flat. It's South Dakota. You don't even notice that you've hit Minnesota. Still flat. All of a sudden, you come to the crest of this huge fucking hill. Super steep, super long. You start going down this fucking hill. Next thing you know, there's the sign for Wisconsin. It's like there's this huge mile and a half. It's not a mile and a half, but it seems like a mile and a half difference in height. So Wisconsin is way the fuck low, and it's just covered in wetlands and bugs. That's all I remember was like the bugs.
But it's full of
you were
mosquitoes.
Were you coming over on I-90?
Yes.
Okay, that's the problem, because if you came across I-94 from North Dakota, you would have seen coming into Wisconsin on I-94, you have to go up a hill to come into Wisconsin, and all the bugs are in Minnesota.
Oh, so you guys basically have a state that looks like a slide. It's way the fuck low in one side, way the fuck high in the other side, and just populated with bugs and lakes. That's pretty much all I remember was a lot of swampland.
Land of lakes. That's why they give us their butter.
You must have spent a lot of time in the Mississippi Valley, because
I was only there the once.
Well,
but my first husband was from there, and when I took his ashes back, I took him to some little lake he used to like to swim in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, if you came across an I-90 and you came down a long hill into Bugs, you came down. That's into Minnesota, into Mississippi River Valley and La Crosse, and La Crosse, Wisconsin, and
I believe it's
pretty
pronounced
low.
LaCroix.
La Crosse.
It's pronounced old style.
I remember when we moved to South Dakota, I got corrected so fast. I'd already taken 2 years of French in high school. And so when we first moved to South Dakota, I thought that the capital of the state was called Pierre, because it's written like Pierre. I said Pierre, and they're like, what? I'm like, Pierre, the capital. And they're like, it's pronounced Pierre. I'm like,
because white people are the dumbest.
Yeah, y'all should inform like all of France.
We apologize to all of France.
Amazing, John.
Yes, the She-Ra meme is amazing. Yes. I mentioned kind of like earlier in the live chat. Speaking of stamps, the Ursula K. Le Guin now has her own stamp.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's
Does
funny
it have "get"
because
on it?
Americans have been misattributing the word anarchist to the right-wing fuckers all week, and now an actual anarchist has a stamp.
Yeah. And I've been reading The Dispossessed and loving it a lot.
I was joking, you knob.
Yeah, I'm talking.
She was
to
jerking your
David,
knob.
because I said his butt was full of sweat. When he said that Minnesota was full of sweat. Yeah, why the fuck did you
Germans.
do you learn French in the US?
Because it's high culture.
Yeah, it's useless.
It proves
no
you're
one
fancy.
speaks it in your fucking...
Well, I
Canadians
learned it because at the time I was still traveling, so kind of needed it.
Yeah, no, you maybe, but I'm in general. What?
Yeah, we should learn
When you
Spanish
see the
and
amount of
Mandarin.
Americans who don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, I thought about taking Spanish. Oh man,
it's because Spanish is the language of the poor, the indigent, the servile class.
Yeah, it's the language of about half of your population.
Yes, the poor.
It's like it's a total bigot thing. It's a total bigot thing that we don't. I mean, honestly, Spanish should be a required course before you graduate high school. You should have to take 2 years of Spanish before you get out of high school in the United States, because Spanish is
you should start taking it in middle school.
Tied at this point with how many people speak Spanish as the first language.
Yeah,
like
it's about half. Of your
Sasha's playing with John's camera.
Sasha. Oh my god, I have kitty fever. It's awful.
Look, kitty butt.
I want a cat now.
That's a good point, Groundhog. What version of Spanish? I don't know what version of Spanish.
Every cat.
Well, yeah, the Spanish that's talked in Mexico. So I guess.
Well, we get a lot of Dominicans.
Yeah, it's got to be Mexican Spanish, I think.
Hondurans. We get all sorts of
because everyone understands it. Not everyone speaks it, but everyone understands it. Well, every Spanish speaker, I mean.
Yeah, every Spanish speaker as well. Yeah.
Yeah. If I learn Spanish, I have to learn it I need to have it with the Castilian lisp because
because we're not.
You don't have to. People understand you.
I want to be upper class. Huh?
The Castilian lisp.
The Castilian lisp.
Castilian lisp.
Yep. Revolution. You can do it if you remove your teeth.
That is true, Tim. In
Very
Canada,
easy without the teeth.
in Canada, the Canadian government does force their people to take French in most
Well,
cases.
in Canada, it's logical.
Yes.
A lot of people
Yeah.
speak French, but
Yeah.
Oh, you just admitted
in
it's
the
French.
US,
Ha
no
ha.
one
You're not allowed to
speaks
claim it's not French
fucking
anymore.
French. Well, I'd argue that people in Quebec don't actually speak French. They
Yeah.
speak Quebecois, but
French,
but
Canada's,
that's not to dunk on them that I say that. Honestly, after stuff they say, I don't understand them. The vocabulary is very different.
I have a YouTuber that I spend a lot of time listening to, and he's married to a French woman from Paris. I think Paris. He keeps showing the Champs-Elysees and that kind of stuff on when he talks about her. And he
Paris is
says,
shite.
of course, because they have the Champs-Elysees. And
Anywhere Napoleon ever lived is shit.
Yeah. Elba, oh boy, Elba sucks.
And Corsica.
And Corsica. The Corsican lisp. But she says that she can't understand it, the Quebecois French, and they can't understand her. Canada is officially bilingual, which means in Canada, everybody, all the signs in Quebec are in French and English, and the rest of the country is English.
Documents too. Government documents have to be available in both languages.
Right, but I mean, in effect, it means that Quebec people in Quebec need to be bilingual, or at least the signs have to be. But really, the rest of the country is all English.
Yeah,
Anglophone, rather.
There are quite a few people who do actually speak French in the United States, though, too. Because if you go down into like the deep South, you're gonna find a lot of black people are
but they're probably going to speak a Creole.
Well, yeah, but they also usually know how to speak
Creole
a more formal French.
Yeah, Cajuns and Creoles.
No, Cajuns don't speak French.
Yeah, what they speak is their own thing, man.
Yeah.
Cajun is a Creole. Haitian is a Creole. It's a mixture of multiple languages.
But it was Cajun, at least as I understand it, was initially based on French.
Groundhog, and it smells not like cigarette. It smells like dog shit. Sorry.
David.
Shut up, David. Yeah, Maine Coons, you can't find them in shelters.
Shelters.
Do not buy a fucking Maine Coon, please. Adopt.
Don't buy any cat. Adopt.
Thank you, Tim, reminding me.
Or find them in the street like I did.
I'm talking about things about Canada, and you actually know.
It's almost as if from there.
Yeah, I am an idiot, and I know.
No, you're not.
You're American. That's all.
That's what I said, and I think it's important that I be brought up short on that as often as possible.
Oh, the New Zealand government is required to put everything in Maori and English as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the U.S., even states where there's still a big Native American population, they should be required to learn the native language too, because we end up with people telling Native Americans to speak English, or to go back in their country. What the fuck?
I mean, half of Oklahoma is back to like the indigenous people that originally lived there. Still live there, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, and if you go on to the Navajo reservation, there are people there, even now, and some of them really young, who they hardly speak English.
Right.
Dene. You have to stop it short too, though.
Dene.
Because if you say Dene, the way that sounds is actually the name of a far northern tribe, which the Dene people call them evil, and vice versa, and they don't get along. There's bad blood between different tribes.
Oh yeah.
And now I've got Taylor Swift stuck in my head.
So
Yeah.
for down on the Navajo res, you will find even young people sometimes that they still speak their own indigenous language as a first language, and they're not exactly fluent in English. Because I
No,
used
but
to end up
I was
tutoring a
talking
lot of them
about
in college.
white people.
Yeah, but
that
you should make
be
white people learn
required to learn the language if they're still a strong.
Yeah, but there's no reason that
population.
white people can't live on a reservation, and they do. And so there's white kids that are learning the indigenous language there too.
That's cool.
Very good.
And Groundhog said in the chat is like Groundhog thinks that like Maori is going to be a required course in every high school soon in New Zealand. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
That
the
would
way
be
to
good.
go.
But they should start
It's-
in middle school rather than high school.
I agree there.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Although
When
the
you reach
translation
high school,
issues.
you're already too old to.
If you're gonna really you if we're
Either
gonna
starting it.
keep teaching kids other languages, if we're not gonna go with some kind of big ass standardized language, or we're gonna go down to like 5 or 6 languages, let's just start them off right at the beginning of public school.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Let's just start them off then.
We need to
because
start them off being gay and learning
Doing crime.
indigenous languages. Oh, and doing crimes.
and being
New Zealand does have a middle school? Okay, so that's interesting because in like America,
Like I said,
it-
the school thing doesn't necessarily translate.
yeah,
I'm
everybody
thinking
gets those
Age
2
11,
years off.
12.
yeah, the age
That'd be
11,
kind of
12.
awesome. Just get those 2 years
We
off.
don't have middle
Yeah,
school.
they have
either in
gap
France.
year in their early teens. That's
Or maybe they don't have a gap year. They just go from like elementary school style, like of like one teacher per class, and that's the same teacher for all the lessons up until like the high school, where there's like then you go off different teachers.
Yeah, that's how we do
No,
it in
I like-
France. We're elementary school until 11, and in 11 at
I just
11
like not having
we
any
go
middle
to high
school.
school.
Just
¿Qué
skip the
piensas
whole
que
thing.
español es malo?
yeah. I like my idea of taking 2 years off when you're 12 and 13 and backpacking across Europe.
No,
Yes.
that's that too. Or we could like do a whole different like thing. Is like where you get some lessons, but then like the majority of your time, like half or like 3/4 of the time, you spend with like
Yes,
other
I'm
students as
sorry,
we're
just
working on
the
projects as
show.
well. Or like they've or either working on a project or like conversing with others of like what you have like learned that day or other stuff as well. Just like have more autonomy to these students learning as well. I think. I
Okay,
don't
so
know, I'm the
intermediate
crazy
would be
commie.
very similar to our middle school.
Yes, the intermediate would be similar to our middle school. Yes. Or junior high school is as we sometimes call it.
Junior high
They're
school,
different, but
yeah,
they're
was
different. Junior high is 3 years. And
Oh,
goes
okay,
through
so,
9th grade. I'm
what I had.
old.
Yeah, it varies from state
I-
to state
I
because
know-
it's all local.
Your system
Yeah, but I know
is
this
so
because
weird.
I am old, and I'm.
Oh, already?
It's been 2 fucking hours.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, John was late, but we were here.
Yes.
So I mean,
true.
it's I'm well past my time for. I need to have a hot dog and lie down.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do that soon.
Yeah.
And all of you in the chat, fuck you, and all of you on this, especially this, Julie, especially this week. I think it's important that you know that I want you to go fuck yourself. All right? Would that be good?
Why?
Because you ate your family.
Because you were nasty to me earlier.
Was I?
Well, you might not remember because you were eating all those crackers, and I think that that eating crackers makes you forget things. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. See, I'm tired, and I'm old, so I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm the
before-
one who is muting you.
No,
Tom, not
I'm
Julie.
sorry. I'm sorry, Julie. You know that I love you more than anyone else, and the rest like that's a big thing. I'll see you. Good talking to you, Joy. Take care, everybody.
Bye,
Bye, Tom.
Bye,
Tom.
babe. Take care.
Even though Tom Down is old and not an anarchist, he's still cool.
Mhm.
He's an
Yeah.
anarchist, not in name, but in actions.
Yeah. And I
He's
really
just
don't
scared
care.
of the words. That's all.
No, I don't think
He's
he
got
is. though.
onomatophobia.
I don't think he is. I think he's just too old to put on a label on himself.
And that's fair. And that's
I don't
fair
know.
if people
Boomers
don't
are willing to
labels.
accept boomer and MAGA.
Oh my God, that whole like, see, and this is when they were getting so upset about the okay boomer, you can't say that, it's ageist. I kept going, wait a minute. Now, why is it that when the boomers are the people who have literally all the wealth accumulated, they've got the vast majority of the wealth, they've got the vast majority of the power.
They were the last generation to benefit from the 30
How can you be
Glorious.
ageist then to this elder generation that has all the power, making them the default oppressors? That means that we can't be ageist to boomers. And so that whole, it's ageist to boomers.
Well, because
thing
they don't
just
understand
didn't
that
fly with me.
oppression isn't about. They think
Being
it's just
mean to
anything that
someone.
makes me feel insulted.
Yeah.
Also,
Same
boomer
with
is
their
not about
freaking-
their age. It's about
No, it's about the age.
no. Ben Shapiro is younger than me. I'm such a boomer.
But he's a
Yes, he
boomer.
is.
He's definitely a boomer.
Yeah, it's a mentality thing. It's more than anything else.
And
yeah.
I'm almost 42, and I'm like a millennial or a Gen Z because I'm 4 years old in my head.
Exactly.
I'm so trans and so queer and so anarchist.
Oh, you're
and
such a
so
valley girl
communist,
there.
I
You
might
have
as
no
well
idea.
be a zoomer.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about seeing the statistics for the kids. Like, they're the least religious, they're the most gay,
Yes.
Yeah.
Most
most
socialist.
trans.
Gay. Yes.
Like, I'm just like, I'm cheering
When
on
the
all
boomers
kids.
finally die off, this country is either going to slip full fash or full social-ish.
I don't think
Closer.
it's going to go full fash because they're a minority.
They
they're
are,
more
but they've so
vocal.
gerrymandered things, and if they get desperate enough, they will just keep on seizing power in more and more open ways as they lose the ability to win fair
if you
elections.
let them do that
If
through
we let
the
them,
legal
like I'm saying.
system,
True.
But
you
I
have the
mean,
right to. You are one of the only countries on earth to have the right to bear arms. It would be a good thing that the left would start using that right and not leaving
They
it
are.
to the right wingers. I'm just saying.
It's honestly, it depends on what people you have on your timeline. But if my timeline is any indication, I've got all of my rowdy socialist rifle association members because there is a socialist rifle association.
I know.
James
They
is a
are
member of that.
all taking out their other lefty pals that are more pacifists that are finally starting to get worried.
Wait. Okay,
and helping them out to learn how to.
Okay, I was about to say, when you talk about people with rifles taking people out, I mean, it's kind of worrisome.
Not that kind.
Oh man,
Mitch McConnell.
That is good, Myth. I love that.
Mitch McConnell. That's
that's
brilliant.
Very,
That's all brilliant.
Mitch McConnell.
I
that should be
prefer
his
that
name.
than turtle because turtles are nice.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I
turtles
like
are
turtles.
Yes, yeah, turtles are like. But Mitch
They
McConnell,
don't deserve to be associated with that man.
He's gonna tweet that out now. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Give credit.
Yes.
God, I fucking hate that guy too.
Mitch McConnell looks like a villain designed by George Lucas.
He
Yes.
does. Or what's the guy? It looks like Guillermo del Toro. It looks like he looks like that guy's monster.
The
Which
Pale
one?
Man.
He's made so many.
The Pale Man from
the Pale Man with the eyeballs in his hands.
Yeah. And think about that Pale Man. He is at the table.
I don't want to think about him. That monster scares me.
He has a lot of food, and he'll kill you if you touch it.
Yes. He's a lot of food. He's not eating. He's just old there, and just with a little poor girl just taking one grape, and that's when he moves and starts like going on the prowl. He is a pale white man that will kill you if you just take one food off the table, full of food that he's not eating.
Yep.
The astonishing thing is that Mitch McConnell actually manages to give white people a bad name.
Man, you're the most colonizer of the colonizers.
I mean, he's not the only one, to be fair, but Lots
Colonizer,
of people making me.
colonizer, you're a colonizer. Ooh, colonizer.
Yeah.
Ooh, colonizer.
Yeah.
Baby.
Don't.
Weird Al needs
out
to
of
make
it.
that a song.
Mhm.
Why hasn't he done something like that?
Mhm.
Who?
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yankovic. I love that guy, man.
Weird Al.
Yankovic. He's
the one who does parodies
Weird
of
Al,
popular
okay.
songs.
Okay.
Because it is not political.
Oh yeah.
Not anymore, anyways.
Well,
I don't know if
he has
kind
money,
of
so he's not.
If he's political, he'd be liberal, though.
Yeah, he's like the least creepiest guy in music too, and he's got that name Weird Al, and yet, like,
well, I like him. Don't get me wrong, but he would never do a political song.
No, October 2020.
I don't know. Did he do?
Weird Al takes a rare foray into political humor with his hilarious new election song.
Oh.
Back in October. But in 2015, he told the Washington Times that he stays away from sensitive issues like political topics. So.
Well, yeah, it is since I don't know how many years he has been doing stuff, and yeah, he has always stayed away from political stuff.
The 70s, I think, 80s.
No, Weird Al Yankovic started in the 80s with the first was
like a virgin. Like a surgeon.
A surgeon.
His first single was making fun of my Sharona with my Bologna. But that was didn't do well. Then he did.
Do you actually have the Wikipedia? Please tell me you have the Wikipedia open.
No. I watched. I just noticed. I watched the documentation. I'm a big fan of Weird Al Yankovic. Then he did because I watch documentary films. I was like,
I love that you're
political.
Yes. Then
see me like, rolling, they hating. Just because I'm white and nerdy. Just because I'm white and nerdy.
And then he also, he loves doing his parodies of black songs are typically the worst.
Yeah.
I like flat butts.
I don't know that one. Is it recent?
No, that was a parody of Baby Got Back.
Everybody knows that. Like
I don't that's know why that one.
Exactly, because it was unpopular, because it sucked.
We call it white man's disease. In indigenous circles, having a flat ass. We literally call it white man's disease.
Oh, so he was pretty on point then.
Yeah.
Living in an Amish paradise.
That one is amazing.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I think I'm a clone now. Because every part of me is a hand-me-down.
Yeah, that was a good one.
His parody of Lord Royals is amazing.
Yeah, he did that whole movie.
With aluminum foil.
UHF? Was it?
Yeah,
that was the movie, yeah.
That was the movie.
You get it all on UHF.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it had Michael Kramer.
Yeah, it did have Michael Kramer.
I mean, there's a lot of shitty stuff from Weird Al. I mean,
didn't it have Gilbert Gottfried in it too?
No, it did not. It had Fran Drescher though.
Similar voices.
Right.
Although, to be honest, all white people sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sounds like Fran Drescher though. Holy.
Oh, is she the nanny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the nanny.
Yeah.
I love her.
Her and what's her name from Friends? Janice.
I don't like people
Janice.
from Friends, but I like her.
God.
It was a recurring character.
Oh, that's one
Maggie Wheeler.
Name. Rosie Perez. Oh, she's got an annoying voice. Oh, every time I hear her voice, it's like nails across a chalkboard. She's a good actress too. She is a great actress. She really is.
She looks familiar.
She was
in White Men Can Jump.
Oh, okay.
Are Jewish folks considered white in your country?
Yes and no. They're white
Depends
when
on
it's
who you ask.
convenient for the Republicans to accept them as white, and they're not white when it's convenient to be anti-Semitic.
Okay, so they're not white.
Mm.
Because Fran
just- it
Drescher
really
is
does
Jewish,
depend on who you ask.
very Jewish.
It depends on who you ask, and it depends also on the time at which you ask them.
Basically, if Republicans want to attack a Jewish person as, oh, you're saying this, but look at you, you're white, then suddenly they're white.
But if they're conservative Jews,
then they'll say, oh, no, they're not white, they're Jewish. They support Israel.
Okay. Oh, God.
Look at us, we even have a Jew.
But it's exactly like the same way that, the same group of people will be with Latinx people. Because the same thing happens. Once you head south of the border, it's the weirdest thing watching how Americans are. It's like, oh, everybody brown is from south of the border. I'm like, you guys need to get out more. You need to get out more, because there are white Bolivians, there are white Peruvians, there are white Guatemalans, there are indigenous of all of those people too. And the indigenous people in all those places are getting shat upon.
Oh, yeah.
By people who are very definitely white. If they don't say a word,
you mean U.S. allies? Oh, sorry, no, people who just happen to, they're not. We didn't fund them.
I like that the Nanny's voice.
Yeah, but she does it on purpose though, and that's I think that's what makes it funny, is because she's actually doing that.
So did Maggie Wheeler on when she played Janice on Friends.
Yeah.
Also, that's
unlike Rosie Perez, whose voice is actually sounds like that. Like,
yeah.
I think I'm going to leave you because Mylene works tomorrow, and it's already
getting 10 o'clock
p.m. So
okay,
good. And it has been more than 2 hours, and Wesley is going to start bugging me soon.
Okay.
And I have kitty fever. I want a cat now.
You got kitty fever. You got kitty fever.
Yeah. Some women get baby fever. I have kitten fever.
That's better than cat scratch fever.
It is an actual disease.
Anything fever.
I'll leave you there, and bye everyone. I love you all. And
bye, Yuli. Love you.
Love you.
Not you, David. I don't like you. Bye. It's not true. You know it's not true. Bye.
You're right, Joey. Kitty fever is better than any fever, because like I suffer from hay fever. I hate the summertime because of that.
Summertime.
So Joey, the dishes heretic, you don't have anything to plug, right?
No.
Now, okay, so I am Summer and a Geek, who is they, he pronouns, but also Summer Geek on YouTube. I will post up more YouTube videos eventually. Summer and a Geek on Twitch. I may probably like Twitch later today, just not sure about Twitch. Either more articles or just me playing a video game of some kind. And Summer and a Geek on Twitter. That's where you will find out when I stream live on Twitch. And that's the best way to find out, or to follow me on Twitch as well. And that's it for me, John Brockman.
I am Sir Goshan most places, SURGOSHAN. Twitter, technically Twitch, though I haven't streamed on Twitch in forever. I also do another podcast, Dungeons and Debacles. Heck of a lot of fun. Very different from this. We're playing we're fighting to prevent the escape of an evil red dragon from the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
And that over there is my cat Sasha, and that back there is my dog Wesley. And they're both more adorable than any of your cats or dogs. So
liar.
Well, mine's are dead.
All right. And with that, we will go ahead and call it an episode. Goodbye,
Take
everybody.
your meds.